covering local news that matters. This is CBS 17 News.
Welcome into the CBS 17 Digital Desk. I'm Garcelle Vieira here with James Johnson. Now, Durham Police released today some officer-involved shooting body cam video of a March 30th shooting that actually resulted in the death of this man that you see in the video. Being a former police officer yourself and now a consultant, what are some of your immediate thoughts?
Well, my immediate thoughts were the officer really showed a lot of restraint and compassion. You can see from the beginning, they were asking him, to comply, and he refused to comply. He refused. Actually, he threatened them, which put them on edge. But they still they still were patient. So they went through they were tactically sound, which means we have physical force that we can use to overcome restraint.
Sure.
Or overcome resistance. First is command. They gave him clear commands. He would not comply. The next is showing force. That's more than one officer. He wouldn't comply, and so they went to the next step. And when he grabbed the officer's gun, and the female officer says, I'm losing it. She said something. So she was signaling to the other officers that I'm about to lose control. All bets are off then. So that means that he's about to, the suspect was about to get the gun, get control of the gun. He had control of the gun. So she was saying, so the officer, that's when the officer pulled his gun and said, drop it, drop it. They were trying to give him as many chances as they could, but he would not comply, which leads, it seems like maybe he was on some type of drug or had some type of mental issue, but he would not respond to the officer's commands.
Sure.
So they exhausted every means they had, even tased him, but when that failed, they had no other choice but to use deadly physical force. Now, we're taught not to shoot. No officer that I've met on my 20 years in the department wanted to kill anyone. We don't shoot to kill anyone. When we shoot to stop. So we stop the aggression. We're there to protect everyone. No one wants to see anyone die. Unfortunately, someone died in this incident. Nobody wants that. Actually, you can see the officers. And the officer was wondering, how's the daughter doing? How's the wife doing? So they were showing compassion throughout the whole thing. They were trying to give him as many chances as they could, but he would not
comply.
He would not comply.
So being a consultant now for multiple police departments, seeing this video, would you give any other advice for police officers that you're talking to, how to react differently in this situation?
No, no one likes to, when these situations happen, it happen quick, you have time to think, but seeing the intensity of this, those officers, they should be commended. They used a lot of restraint. They went above and beyond, gave him more chances than they legally had to, but you can see they wanted to preserve his life. They wanted to bring their father, the father back, husband back to the family. He refused to have it. They had no other choice. They had to stop him. And I know people may ask, well, why are you shooting more than one time? We're taught to stop. So even at the range, we're taught shoot twice. Because if you have to pull your gun out, you're shooting to stop somebody's aggression. So you're not thinking. You just they did what they had to do. They shot him, but immediately they called for help. Immediately, the female officers asking, how's the daughter, how's the daughter? So they show compassion throughout the whole thing. I think the officers should be commended. Unfortunately, someone passed through this, but and my heart goes out to the family. Nobody wants to see anyone die, but this gentleman, he wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, thank you so much for your time and for commenting on this video. I know it is kind of a red button topic for a lot of people, officer-involved shootings, especially when some body cam footage is released, and there's a couple of different ways people look at it, but I really appreciate your time, and you have a very unique view being now a consultant and a former police officer. So thank you again for stopping by our CBS 17 Digital Desk.
May I add something?
Sure.
Okay. The thing is, the reason why people may have difficult, what I would love people to do is to look at it case by case, because I know there's been body cams where you show bad officers making bad decisions, doing bad acts, and there was no ramification. There was no punishment for that. So people may still look through those lenses. So I just caution them to just look at this just for what it is and kind of resist the urge to judge them based on what happened in the past, because without that, we're not going to move forward.
I think that's very fair way to look at it, and some good advice for our viewers.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Uh-huh.